You know it's time to repot your plant when you notice the roots coming out from the base of the pot. Therefore, for today's video, I'm going to be repotting my Cyperus Alternifolius, also called the umbrella palm. Hello everyone, my name is Varsha and welcome to my channel Planting Passion. Let us just first remove this plant gently from the pot. So before doing that, I'm just going to loosen the soil in the edges. Now, I haven't watered this plant for 2 days and the soil is still moist, which is good. Not good actually, because I'm going to have a bit of difficulty in getting this plant out of the pot. Let's just try that. Oh wow. Oh wow, it's sitting really nicely inside. So let me just gently slide this in so that I can loosen the soil. Also making sure that I don't damage the roots in the process. So I've decided that I'm going to sacrifice a few of the roots over here. That's because it's not coming out, and even though the soil has become a bit loose, I mean I'm able to lift it up, but because of the roots, which is coming out of the pot, or which is already out of the pot, I'm not able to pull this plant out. So yeah, I'm just going to sacrifice the roots, I guess. Or let me try doing that. So I'm just going to pause the camera for now, and I will see you in a while once I get this plant out of the pot. Oh. Hey guys, I'm back and I've managed to finally take this plant out of the pot. I've had a few casualties, actually just a little bit. As you can see, I've managed to destroy or break these roots from the which was in the base. But anyways, the plant looks good. Much of the roots are still intact and it is root bound. So what I'm going to first do is I'll gently first loosen the base a little bit. I'm going to free the roots a little bit. Not much actually. I don't want to open up the roots too much. I think this much is good to go. Yeah, I think this much is fine. I'm not going to open it much. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my pot. So in the base of the pot, instead of using stones or any other kind of material, I have added these cocoa chips. I don't know if you can see this. So I've just laid this in the base of my pot, and now I'm just going to fill this pot up with soil. Now I'm going to use the same pot because initially the soil was only up to this much, and now I'm just going to add more soil and make sure the plant rises up a little bit. So yeah, let's just start on with the potting. So I have my soil mixture ready. I am using a mixture which contains garden soil, I have used cocoa peat because since this plant is a water-loving plant, I water it every day. Cocoa peat helps to retain the moisture. So if you're using cocoa peat, I think you need to hold back on the watering. Maybe you can water once in 2 days or 3 days. On the days when you forget to water this plant, of course, you're going to have brown tips on this plant. But yeah, I think that's it. Cocoa peat is definitely going to help in retaining the much needed moisture for this plant. At the same time, I've also added perlite and sand, and that is because it's going to help with the drainage. And I've also added vermicompost and neem powder. So generally, whenever I pot most of my plants, I add a bit of neem powder, and I feel it's done really well for the plants in my home. And so let's just first start off with adding the soil mixture to the base of my base of the pot. Yeah, so this is ready. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to open up the roots completely. I'm just fine with how the plant is as of now. I'm going to place this right in. Let me just see, check. Yeah, I think this is good to go. This is good to go. Yeah. You know, it might have looked that I was really harsh on the plant because I was trying to pull it out of the pot, but since the plant was sitting really well or was tightly bound, I had to exert a bit of pressure in removing it out of the pot. So don't get scared whenever you have to do this, because sometimes you really have to put that pressure to get the plant out. And when you're doing that, it's really important that you don't pull the plant, when you do that first, you need to loosen the soil. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of damaged roots. You also need to loosen the soil, once you loosen the soil and you're going to remove the plant out, it's always a good habit to take the plant from this. I mean, if the plant is not coming out like, if the plant is not able to come out like this way, I usually end up, taking it out like this. And I usually hold the base of the plant so that, the stem doesn't get damaged. But of course, here I've had a casualty and I'm going to cut this off anyways. So these are some of the things that you can keep in mind whenever you're potting a plant, especially this one. So I'll just start off, I'll just complete adding soil to my pot. The thing about this plant is you can grow this plant outdoors as well as indoors. I've had this growing in both areas. I've also propagated this plant multiple times. I've made 3 plants. I've gifted them to some of my neighbors and some of my plant friends. And this plant is, very easy to take care of. So I'm not going to press the plant because usually, I've seen a lot of people pressing the plant. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to gently tap the pot. So that it sits properly, and if there are any loose ends, the soil is going to enter all that open ends or loose ends. Yeah, so this is it. The plant is good to go. It's finally potted. Now I'm just going to water this plant, and again I am just going to first clear off this mess because it's a mess right now. It's really messy and I don't want anybody else to notice this. I'm just first going to clear this mess off, and I'm going to show how I water this plant, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I have just watered my plant, and the water is getting drained out of the pot now. I will wait for the water to drain out completely for about 30 minutes or maybe up to an hour. And then I'm going to place it, I don't know, I haven't decided whether I want to grow it indoors or outdoors. But as I said earlier, if this plant can grow in both areas, but if you want to place this plant indoors, make sure that you have this in a spot where it receives good amount of bright light. This plant really does well in a bright spot. So with this, we've actually come to the end of our repotting video. I hope you really enjoyed watching this video and the number of goof-ups that I've done in between. Thank you so much for watching the video with me. If you have liked this video, please click on the thumbs up sign. You can click on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and also you can hit the bell icon for getting notifications on more plant videos. So thank you once again for watching this video with me. I hope to see you in my next plant video. Bye-bye.